Welcome everyone to the 27th episode of Popular Polls. I'm Alex, your host of this weekly show where you get to tell your thoughts about a question. I want to start this off by saying that it's usually weekly. I pretty much kept on track for, I want to say, looking at this, 27 shows, so that's 27 weeks, with some exceptions here and there. You know, sometimes it was delayed, sometimes it wasn't, but the next month is going to be vacation month, and my schedule, well, our schedule kind of may look different. So I usually just tackle things as they come up, and I will definitely keep posting some videos. Just make sure to subscribe, so that you get, you know when the next video is coming out. But I'm not sure when the next actual Popular Polls episode will come out. So just saying this, putting it out there. I will definitely be back in September. However, there might be some episodes over the next month. There might not be. We'll see how I feel and how vacation is going. That being said, let's get into our last question, and it was a big one. I think this is the most answered one so far, so that's pretty cool to go into this vacation period with. I asked you, will Tesla post a profit for the Q2 2019? Because we just had the Q2 2019 earnings call and earnings report, and most of you said yes. We had 19 responses. Thanks to everyone who answered. This is so cool to see the numbers actually go up of people answering. So feel free to share the show out and keep answering the question. Unfortunately, those 12 were wrong, and the 7 that said no were right. Tesla did guide for a loss, and it turns out Tesla didn't post a profit. They posted a loss. Not everything is as terrible as it may seem, though, but to be honest, I'm not as good I'm not as good at explaining this than some other people might be, and I today listened to Rob Maurer's podcast, and I'll put this up here somewhere. You'll see the big, maybe it's over the entire screen by now, his episode, Why Wasn't Tesla Profitable? I encourage you to listen to it. It's a couple of minutes. I want to say it's 15 minutes long or so. I'll put a link to his website where all the shows are posted down in the video description below. Please just listen to it, and it will pretty much say everything that I wanted to say, because they are basically profitable if it weren't for some of the expenses that they just do towards becoming a future-proof company. So I will leave it at that. Listen to his podcast. It's amazing. And then if you have anything else to add, feel free to post a comment under one of my videos. For example, this one. And I'll pick it up and maybe answer if it makes sense, and then we can chat a little bit. All right. So leaving it at this, saying that there wasn't a profit and you should all listen to Rob Maurer's podcast about why wasn't Tesla profitable. There were a couple of comments, actually a lot of comments. There was a whole discussion that broke out. And we'll go through a couple of them. So we'll start off by one from Kim Mathis, whatever. And he or she says, Guy wonders which legacy automaker, I think Guy wonders would be me, kind of the guy who wonders, okay. Which legacy automaker will survive? Doesn't realize that Tesla is on the brink of bankruptcy every quarter. Probably has to freshen up on the difference between deliveries and earnings. No, Kim. No, Why? No, they're not on the brink of bankruptcy. This is just BS. They have 5... I want to be clear that I'm not perfectly on those numbers, but if you listen to the podcast, you will be perfectly on those numbers. I want to say it's $5 billion in cash. They are not at any given scale on the brink of bankruptcy. They are just not. They have enough cash to ramp up Model Y production, get the China factory on their production schedule and get it actually starting, revamp or basically just expand the Tesla Model 3 production, expand battery production. They have enough money. They are not on the road of bankruptcy. There obviously is a difference between deliveries and earnings. However, they are both highly correlated, because if you don't sell anything, you're not going to earn anything. If you sell more and if you have a positive margin on those sales, as Tesla has, I think it's 19% as they posted in the earnings report, 19%. That's a good average margin. So every delivery more, every sale more, well, delivery, because you have to recognize it as an actual sale just after it's delivered. will give you 19% margin and on average. And there is a difference, but in this case, it's just so correlated. So I guess that's your opinion, but this isn't really an opinion thing. It's just they are not on the. How can 5 billion just go poof like this? There is no. I can't really say. Like, usually I don't answer these comments, and I didn't answer this one from Kim, but I just feel it's the numbers are just clearly there. Anyway, that's why I love math. You know, math is so there's a number, and if someone says it's 14, and you're like, that's wrong. See, the answer is 13. You type it into a calculator, like 12 plus 1. Nobody can tell you it's not 13. It's like, that's the answer. It's globally agreed upon. So, not on the brink of bankruptcy. Gosh, shit. That was terrible. All right, let's go to the next comment. That was from .deer. He or she said, I do not think Tesla made a big profit in Q2 because the fans have been following Tesla's rumors about the design refresh. Nicely worded. Unfortunately, they didn't make a profit at all, so that's kind of disappointing. However, the rumors, I want to say I'm still not sure if there will be a big refresh or not. I think we should all stop expecting one, as Elon said multiple times now. And the design refresh may have held some people off, but I guess no but. That's definitely a point of where Tesla lost out on maybe some of Model S and X opportunities for delivery because they have a higher margin and they obviously make more money for Tesla, so they should be keen on selling more of those. However, I think, and this was stated on Rob Maurer's podcast as well, that their value proposition for Model S and X is just so freaking good. It's such a good value proposition, and I don't think people are educated enough on this. So I hope through advertisement in some sort, or at least educational content in some sort, Tesla can get those Model S and X sales back up. Because after their big Raven, remember that was the drivetrain and kind of air suspension refresh they just recently did, those cars have become just so much better again. And people shouldn't expect a big, refresh. But I don't work at Tesla, so I don't really know. All right, cool. Thanks for that comment. Let's go to the next one from John Doe. And I want to preface this by saying that underneath this comment, there was a whole thread going on. And I want to say that I pretty much, agree with everyone who posted a comment under there that is not John Doe. Okay, so I'll read this out and you can go back under my last video and look through this comment thread and maybe put your own opinion under there. I think at some point it gets pretty hard and tedious to argue with people, especially if some facts are there or some are not there, but sometimes it's more like religion and I guess more like belief, but it shouldn't be. Anyway, I'm going to read this out now. So Tesla isn't going to survive as a company, that's what John Doe says, on this path. So maybe on a different path I'm reading in here. Anyway, they have failed to create an acceptable means of production. Don't agree? I'm going to go through this part by part because it's so long. Definitely not agree. They have been ramping up production steadily. Model 3 is doing great. They just iterated this again in the earnings call, so I don't know where this is coming from. They have also failed to create an affordable product for the market they have tried to appeal to. I want to say they have a pretty good value prop to the market they're trying to appeal to. Yes, the Model 3 isn't quite as inexpensive as other cars are, but with the savings factored in and with more and more countries going into like putting incentives or even banning non-EV cars, there's just like the value proposition of a Model 3, because that's the cheapest one out of the range, just gets so much better and better every day pretty much. But I want to say that I want to contest this and say, well, who did they try to appeal to? They're constantly sold out. They have delivered more cars than they produce. They have been racking up sales orders. So I don't know. I think they're doing great. Elon Musk has kept Tesla alive this long through social media moral booster messages that keep up the company's value with promises in pricing and performance that Tesla is never capable of. BS. This is like the biggest crap I've seen. Sorry, but Elon's messages, go back and look through all of his messages, except for a couple relating to autopilot. all of them have pretty much kept true. Those cars have incredible performance. They're even beating the numbers they're putting out on their website. You can look through multiple YouTube videos. The performance is amazing. Pricing has decreased, and yes, the $35,000 car in the US has been there for a short amount of time and is now, an off-the-menu item, or maybe was completely taken off. But, it's still in the range of that price, or the price range that he advertised in. And the performance is just amazing. Like this is just wrong. He has said that the performance is going to be a certain, number. And they have kept on that promise for every car they have delivered so far. So I want to say that I don't know where this is coming from. Definitely, he has been posting, or Elon has kept posting messages to Twitter. However, this has backfired at some point, right? He has gotten his, he was under, what is that? Like from the US. Oh my gosh, it's late at night. Sorry, I'm rambling along here. There were some things that were not going as well, right? From the authorities, he was under investigation, and he has now a little bit stricter guidelines on what he can post and what not. But still, Tesla is not all Elon posting messages on Twitter. Anyway, let's go on to the next part. Quality has serious issues, and waves of these cars are going to start needing maintenance due to age. That means even bigger load on Tesla's production process. First of all, how is maintenance to kind of production? Like all cars that are out of their regular kind of, warranty part, this is basically just additional kind of revenue for Tesla, even though Tesla doesn't hugely capitalize on doing repairs. But it doesn't have to do anything on production. Now, their cars, their quality is amazing. I agree that some of their older cars had some quality issues, but most of them have already been fixed. And I know personally, because I own a Model 3, but also in my family we have 2 Model S's. Those 2 cars, they have both over 100,000 kilometers on the odometer. And they're both running great, having to have €0 in repair costs over the last years and over all of those 100,000 miles. This is, John, I mean, if you're listening to this, please maybe clarify your sources and tell me how you get to those things, because I don't see this. Yes, they had some issues with some panel gaps and some stuff, but that doesn't mean they need maintenance. When do they need maintenance? We have the first Tesla cars coming up to, 500, 600,000 miles. They're running great. All right. Anyway, I don't even want to start comparing this to ICE, so internal combustion engine cars. This is going to be a long episode. Anyway, last sentence is Elon needs to get booted from this company while it still has a chance to pivot. Pivot where? They're doing a great job of accelerating the advance of sustainable energy and transportation in this world. They don't need to pivot. They need to keep doing exactly what they're doing, being innovative, keep posting additional, more awesome products to the market, great cars, great energy storage systems, home solar. I'm looking forward to the solar roof once it comes available more broadly. This is stuff to look forward to, and I want to highly contest your entire text that you've written here. And then there was, again, I said it before, there was a huge kind of comment section under there with, not huge, but 6 or 7 people commented. And this is one I want to just take out. John Doe is replying here to Liker666. I want to agree with Liker's comment here, not with John Doe's. The Model 3, so the M3, is such an idiotic buy. It's ridiculous that it's looked to as some sort of standard for what a vehicle should be for, I guess, anyway, for the average person. The future isn't electric vehicles that run off inefficient, expensive, heavy batteries or power sources that come almost entirely from, I guess you wanted to say, for non-renewable resources. You're simply just moving the fuel. You're simply just moving where the fuel is burned. Also, not true. First of all, even with those, yes, heavy batteries, Tesla's cars and pretty much all electric cars are more efficient than gas-powered cars. Someone even there was a Norwegian company, I have to look this one up, I want to try to put it into the comment section below. There was a company that did the following test. So they took a Model S and they ran it off a diesel generator. I know this sounds completely bollocks, but they ran it off a diesel generator. And then they looked if they could get further with that amount of diesel comparing to a regular, I want to say it was a Volvo or some car. And the Tesla Model S on the diesel generator with the power that was generated went further than the diesel car. So the batteries are perfectly fine, even though they are heavy, because obviously that Tesla car still had the big battery in it. And the power sources, here in Germany, we're at, I want to say, a quarter or more of completely renewables in the current mix. Maybe it's even more. I have to look it up. But anyway, and it's the opportunity that counts as well. Like, you can charge your car off renewable energy. You just cannot get your ICE, your internal combustion engine car, moving without putting dinosaur juice in it. There's no option other than fuel. And it's so, I don't know, it blows my mind that people, sorry, but like you, John Doe, are still stuck in their limited world of this is how it's always been. And the numbers are just, they're out there. You can look them up. They're not what you're saying here. So again, if someone feels the urge to read through that entire comment section, it's fun. It's a little bit sad too, and I still like that there are some people keeping some balance in those comments saying, hey, no, you're wrong. But in the case of John Doe, I gotta say, pretty hard guy to convince. Maybe we just stop at this one and let the future speak for itself when we have all electric cars zipping around, and yeah, that's what it will be. All right, this has been a good long section already, and I want to just throw one more comment in here regarding to the Q2 earnings. I didn't, as I said I would, listen to Ryan McGaffrey's Ride the Lightning podcast yet. I still think it's going to be amazing. It's already out by the time I'm recording this, so please check it out. I will be definitely listening to it this week, maybe while I'm on the plane flying. So yeah, it will also cover all the highlights and details from the Q2 earnings call. So let's go into a new question for those of you who are still listening. And the new question, which we don't know when it will be answered due to my holiday or vacation schedule, but it's going to be a good one. It's a throwback a good half year in, because pretty much exactly 6 months ago, I asked you, what are your car plans for 2019? Rephrased it a little bit to, what's your next car going to run on? And we're keeping you at the same 5 options that I asked you back then. And I'm just curious if the perception changed, if we get some more answers than last time. So let's keep it up, and I think I'll pull up the last answers in comparison to this one, and then we can talk about it whenever the next Popular Polls episode is going to happen. So, to answer this question, please click the link that will, the card, it's pretty much a card, that will pop up in the top right hand corner of the video screen right now. And your 5 options are, and again, if you have an option that's not on there, please leave a comment down below. Your 5 options are, again, buying a new or used electric car, keeping your current electric car, buying a new or used non-electric car, keeping your current non-electric car, or I don't own a car. So pretty much doesn't apply to me. You know how to answer. You know that you can leave a comment. I encourage you to do so and share this out. Definitely subscribe to stay updated about when the next episode will come out and all my videos in and between. And I wish you all a great day, happy and safe vacations if you're traveling at all. I know it's a good month, at least at my workplace. A lot of people are on vacation this month, so it seems like it's the official vacation month now. And I'll see you in one of the next videos. Have a good one. Bye-bye.